Hey friends, I know it's been a while. There's a reason for that. Everything in my neck of the woods is underwater. Even the places I go to that is on high ground, I cannot access because the roads are flooded out. I came out today just to see how bad it is, and it's a lot worse than I thought it would be. So what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to be taking a look around, and I'll show you some of the locations that I usually try to access that right now are just freaking impossible. In fact, if you notice, when I drove in, the train was unhooked. They've halted all rail traffic along the Missouri River because of this. Road we were just on, that's the Coulee Lake River access. That's one of the areas I go to. In fact, we got the teepee set up there. I'm pretty sure it's underwater. Right now we're kind of skirting the edge of it. And this is where the levee kind of takes a little curve. I need to go through this real quick, hang on. There's where the old road used to go, and you can get into this field, and well, that's not gonna happen now. The Missouri River is approximately from where we're standing here to that way is about 1.25 miles, and that's how much water has came up. And as you can see, it looks like it's gonna freaking rain any minute now, which is not a good thing. Walked down the levee a little ways, and you can see on the right of us is the farmer's field, or farmer's lake, and on the left, so obviously there's been a breach here somewhere where the water has gotten through. The only thing that really what's stopping it now would be the railroad tracks that are up there. We're now headed to the other side of the Coulee Lake River access road, and as you can see, this house is very close to going underwater. I feel for these people. In fact, it looks like their garage over there is already underwater. And this is just a big freaking lake. If you look right there, you can see the levee. And I'm judging with all this water on the other side of it, I'm thinking we've got a breach somewhere. There's the train. I think the only thing that's going to keep the water in if it rains more is going to be the railroad, and that is just scary. And you can see she's definitely stopped. Look at that water as far as you can see. Next, we're going to head down to Jackass Bend. Yeah, that's the name of it. That's how I access the winter camp. And let's see how far we can get, but I'm thinking not very. This is as far as we can go to Jackass Bend. I do not know how deep that water is, or if there's a crater underneath that'll swallow the mountaineer up. But if you look up on the tracks, they've got another train locked down up there. And you can see the water just seeping up. There's just nowhere for the water to go in the water table. And yeah, pretty much, there's not much holding this back now. As you can see, it's surpassed the railroad tracks, the railroad bed, and now it's coming up to the highway. And as we look on the other side of the highway, you can see where it's seeping through there. This is on the other side of the highway. See, we got the highway running here, and it is seeped through. That road is impassable, and it's heading for that farmer's house right there. We're at Muddy Creek River access, and it's actually down that way, and somebody has put markers in the water to see how it is, and actually it looks like it's came down about 2 inches. That's a plus, as long as it doesn't freaking rain again, and that's not looking too promising. I would say the water on the other side of the railroad is going to be 1 foot from the tracks, and on this side it looks like it's about 3 foot from the track, so there's still quite a bit of seepage now. And I would say the only thing really that's holding most of the water back was going to be the highway. But as we look on the other side of the highway, that is flooded too, so there's a lot of groundwater seepage. I'm kind of thinking I wish I would have went and got Jeremy's canoe, and we could have headed out there and checked this out, because the water is somewhat going out. Just went through Missouri City, and I did not do much filming there because they're sandbagging. There's a lot of people out. I want to say every 200 foot they have pumps set up trying to keep the water on the other side of the railroad tracks, not the levee, the railroad tracks. I was gonna do a walk-in and kind of check out the park, but there's a red car down there, and things are happening. Yeah, did not want to interrupt. Let me roll the windows up here real quick. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, okay, trying to do this with one hand is not as easy as you would think it would be. Alright, there we go. Well, friends, as you can see, everything down here is at the moment flooding. I think it's going to be like July, the middle of July, or the end of July before I can actually get into any of my river locations. I do have a couple backup spots that I'm going to try next week and see if we can access them. That depends a lot on the weather. If we get more rain like we're talking, those roads will be closed too, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. So it looks like Trekking Tuesday and any video on YouTube is going to be on hold for a little bit until I can figure out some alternate locations. Yeah. Thanks for coming along with me on my journey, and I guess I'm going to say I'll see you guys later.